What is today? Today is Wednesday. And we are, I decided to take a break from work today and go take me a hike. We've been here before a few months ago. This is an area within Fauquier County. It's called Markham, Virginia, and I figured we would take a little hike and I'd take you along with me up until we don't have no more live signal. See how long the signal lasts in here. But anyway, I will turn the camera around, that way you can see what I see as we take our walk through the woods here. I kind of like this area just simply because it's a low-lying area with some really wetland areas in here. See, this area right here stays pretty wet because it's kind of low in here. I just heard something over there. Kind of interesting, just got in here. Not sure what that noise was, but let's keep on going. Wind is blowing today, so probably we'll hear some limbs falling and things of that sort. All right, we're gonna keep going this way. Again, if anybody's just now tuning in, I'm going up a trail in Markham, Virginia, which is in Fauquier County, Virginia. All right, let's see here. We'll cross this creek and see if we can do this without getting wet. A wobbly rock there. So far, so good. All right, did it without getting wet. Okay. Nice little open area in here. Hey, CGR, Oblox, and Mercedes Infinity. I am currently walking a trail in the Fauquier County, Virginia area of Markham, Virginia. So that's where I'm at right now. Just kind of hiking around. Decided to take y'all with me. Just, never know what you might see. We'll just see how long we can keep the live feed before I lose internet signal. Hey, Alan. Didn't expect to see you in the middle of the day. What kind of mood am I in? I'm in a good mood today, feel good. So I'm taking a hike. This is it's a wildlife management area. So nobody in the parking lot, which is good. So we shouldn't be running into anybody. Hey, Alan, if you're still on, it's good kite flying weather today. The wind's blowing like crazy out here. It's an old stone wall. It used to be across here. I'm sure this property's got a little bit of history. Yeah, I know, Alan. That's usually the way it is. When you want the wind, it's not here, and when you don't want it, that's when it is here. All I know is it makes it feel colder. It'd be warm today if it wasn't for the wind. Anyway, this property, this wildlife management area is actually surrounded on both sides by farmland. So this goes all the way up. Once we get up here, it'll start going uphill, and the elevation change is pretty steep. It's a mountain that this trail leads to a mountain in Linden, Virginia. So, and if anybody's familiar with all those that have heard of Mount Weather, that's not too far from here either. A lot of game trails through here though. So there's got to be there's quite a bit of deer stuff running around in this area here. Of course, we've been overrun with deer for years. Woodpecker over there. Old dead tree there. The vines have taken it over. Y'all might be able to hear that woodpecker. Picking on that tree back there. A bird up there. Bunch of them in the trail. Hello, Scotty B. We're just out taking a hike today to see what we can see. Up until I lose signal. All right, now the trail's starting to get pretty steep. Looks like somebody's brought some horses down through here. All right, we're about a half mile in. It looks like that ice storm did a lot of damage out here too. We had an ice storm a few weeks back, and most of the forest in the area has got a lot of damaged trees. You can see they came through and had to cut a bunch of this stuff out of the way. The horse slipped right there. Got private property on this side. See the mountains over there in the distance. And there's a big mountain ahead of us. Okay, we're about 3/4 of a mile in. And as y'all can see, it's going to get steep. I just got to make a decision of how far up I want to go. I've got a limited amount of time, so got to gauge my time. Yeah, certain parts of North Carolina is not flat though. But I hear you. That's probably why Dave Shealy likes Florida. Down there in the Everglades where it's all flat. Of course, you got to deal with the swamps and the gators down there though. So I don't know which is worse. Yeah, there's a lot of horses that come down this trail. Move this stick out of the way. Taking my time, don't want to twist no ankle. That would make for a bad day. Yeah, Dave's probably used to those swamp puppies. It's kind of what he does. Another mountain way over there in the distance. Mountains all behind us. So we're kind of in the valley here. Let's see how much further I want to go. Yeah, they can have all that. I mean, we still have to deal with the humidity here, especially in the summer. It gets real bad. We do have, a few venomous snakes, not a lot. As you know, Alan, we got copperheads and we got some timber rattlers, or not timber rattlers. I lost the name of them. We do have one species of rattler here in Virginia, but you don't run across them very often. I think we ran across one time in the many years I've been researching. So, and it gave me a warning, which meant I was too close. Tom Lancaster almost stepped on it. Just kind of stay in here a little bit and kind of look and listen. Plus, I'm tired. That's a steep grade. That's a pretty good long way up there. And a whole lot more to go to get to the top. We're not going to make it to the top today because I don't have enough time. Yes. Yeah, that was, I don't think you were at that one. That's when we did the expedition over there in Spotsylvania County. We were situated on a trail back in the woods, and I'm trying to remember who was with me. We had a thermal imager, and then Tommy Ray was the one that called in on the radio because he wasn't too far from our location, and he in his South Carolina Southern slang, he called to us on the radio and says, "You got a black cat heading your way." Sure enough, it wasn't 30 seconds later we started picking up something on the thermal imager, and you could actually tell that it had a really long tail. It wasn't no bobcat, and cougar, whatever you want to call it, but he swears up and down it was black. He was calling it a black panther. So Of course, I couldn't tell what color it was on the thermal because it just shows the heat signature. So, but I could definitely see the tail, and the tail was long on the thing, and it actually looked like it was prowling, almost like it was hunting. So I was afraid it might have been hunting us. So, needless to say, we kind of made our way out of there. Interesting times. Yeah, I think we talked about that when we were at base camp. We did a live podcast and we talked about it. And old Tommy Ray cracks me up. That dude's funny. That's the same expedition that Tom Lancaster got a bunch of them in trouble. Tom was looking at some topo maps, and he found a really good spot that he wanted to go to. So a bunch of people climbed in some vehicles and went driving. They drove through this gate and went down on this property. Apparently they didn't see the no trespassing sign. So as they're going in, there's some guy out on his tractor, and they're just waving to him, saying, "Hey, how's it going?" You know, just kept on going like they owned the place. And of course they came back out, and they found out, of course, it was private property. Apparently they swear up and down that the sign was knocked down off the gate, but I don't know. I didn't go out there, but I know it scared. It worried Eric Altman enough. He packed up his tent and left. He says, "I don't want to be here when the police come." They never showed up. We apologized, and Tom didn't see the sign, honestly, and nothing came of it. Actually, I'll just go ahead and log off, and I will see you guys. I'll be uploading some more songs because we've been uploading the songs that we've created on all of our shows. So you'll see some of that going on. And then, of course, you'll see us Monday night when we'll have Gwendolyn Purcell on the show. She's now better. She suffered from, I think it was called the type A flu, so she wasn't feeling good there for a while. But she's all good and ready to go this Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, so we will see you all then. Y'all have a great rest of the day.